Pedro. Dave Perry Series, race number 1 through 7 this weekend, maybe 8, probably 7. About a 32 race series, 30 race series. No current. No current. It's supposed to be coming towards me now, flooding in our little basin here. There's the LA terminal over there. And so what do we need to know? As we go out to the race course, we want to go by things like this and look at the current, but the current's coming in. So what that's going to mean is going to be pushing people in a south wind like this, going to be pushing people up from the pin and into the committee boat. As the wind goes more west, we think the wind's going to go to about 265, almost west. It'll be pushing you over the line until about 115. High tide is at 130, and then it'll be going out towards the lighthouse there. And that's going to be pushing you away from the starting line. Yep. A little bit of current going that way. So that's going to, again, pushing people into the committee boat, pushing people up from the pin end in this south wind. South is about that way. 265 is about that way. If the wind comes from over there, the wind gets enhanced right through here, gets very windy, big time kiteboarding spot down there. So this is the Perry Series Regatta number 1 in San Pedro. Second one's in Coronado, third one's in Long Beach, fourth one's in San Diego Yacht Club in April. 55 boats, and this is the best sailors in California. Best few sailors in California. Looks like we're going to be postponed. Here's the race committee boat getting ready for race 1. We've got Cam and Will. We've got Benton and Steven. We got Bella and Maggie. We got Olympia and Maribel, red, white, blue. We got Celeste and Madeline in the black kite. And they're practicing together. We got Vesper and August right here. They had a couple of top 5s, I think, at the Ida Lewis double-handed nationals. They got flagged in a race, otherwise they would have been top 5. Here's Wyatt, and not sure the crew's name. She's from Newport. Wyatt is our oldest. He was Junior Yachtsman of the Year in San Diego last year. He's got his Yale hat on. I think he's already accepted the Yale. Senior year this year. Okay, beauty. Beauty, beauty, beauty. Good job, you guys. I think we'll be postponed. Looks like the Cabrillo's gonna set up there, getting ready for race 1. Okay, this is Wyatt. Set up very much like Celeste, kind of flatter on the foot, not super round. Leech is inside the spreader by a tiny bit, and he cannot hook the leech. See how his leech is open when his traveler is way up there. Leading edge of the main is flat. I would almost go more, well, we're getting almost 6 knots now, but in light air you want to open the slot like tight outhaul. And loose Cunningham so that the leading edge of the main is flat, so that it's an open slot. And then and when it's a drifter, not tons of windward sheet, because again, you want to keep the slot open, the wind flowing over the bottom of the main. Okay, he's sailing with a little heel. We'll see how that goes. We'll be watching that carefully. Really carefully watching the top teams and how much they heel to leeward. This looks like the Borelli's right here, 9980. Okay, these guys look very the same. Their main might be able to go up a little more. Okay, their leech is hooking a little more, but they're pretty good on their traveler also. Now, we have to remember that a couple things. One is that this is a 30 race series, and we are 15 races. She's further inside the spreader tip. So it's a 30 race series, and we've got to put on the long-term vision. This is 2 freshmen in high school. So they have 4 years to do well in this series, and college coaches look at this series. This is the best sailors in California, and if you can do well, but you don't care about results right now. You care about getting the jib right, getting the main right, getting the traveler right, getting a lot of speed testing, tons of speed testing. Our goal is by the time we're a junior, we can sail blindfolded in these boats. We can steer the boat by feel pretty much, and by seeing the other boats and being confident. Right now, you're not going to feel confident at this age. You're going to be scrambling a little bit. The other thing you have to remember, let's see how that goes. Yep, and the other thing you have to remember is the coaches are not here to do a ton of coaching before these first 2 races. After 2 races, we're going to change the teams that are not doing as well. We're going to change how they're steering to the telltales. We're going to change the traveler. We're going to change the rake. We might change pins. We are going to be looking at that kind of stuff. After 2 races, not doing well, big changes. If we're doing well, little changes. If we're killing it, almost no changes. We're just going to worry about starting and strategies and tactics. Now, her boom is not nearly as high as a lot of the teams. So her first adjustment, if we're not doing well, is probably going to go up half a pin, or just pull the jib halyard on a little more. Okay? They are inside the spreader tip more than Wyatt, but the leech of their main looks outstanding. You can just barely hook it. Okay, so he holds 2 parts of the main sheet in front of him. And she leaves the pole pretty far forward with the sheet loose. Okay, we're going to be studying those techniques, talking to each other about how am I flying the pole, how much windward sheet do I have on upwind. Got to be one big team. We got 18 sailors here, and we got to make all 18 kids get better over these next 15 races especially, and then we'll reevaluate for the last 2 regattas. Do we need a new jib if we got an old jib? Do we need to change how we're sailing the boat? We got to be copying the very best. And again, just want to re-emphasize, we've practiced during the week. We want you to come to your regattas and try to put on a demonstration and show us what you know, and then after 2 races, we don't want to be giving you before the regatta, we don't want to give you a ton of new info. We want to see what you can do, and then after 2 races, we're either going to be making big changes, little changes, or only focusing on the starts and strategies and tactics, because we're fast. Cool, getting ready for race 1. The flags are a-whipping on the committee boat there, so everybody should be heading for the committee boat now. They should know that this race is going to happen soon. Although, they do not have a windward mark boat upwind yet. So we are going to be identifying the very top teams. And I'm going to do a little bit of, they're outside the spreader tip or right at the spreader tip. Leech is hooking just barely, so he can pump it in the light spot. So yeah, he is hooked just a little. We're going to be, I think that's one of the good teams. Their boom is off center line a little bit. I'm not sure what that is all about. That would mean loosen the traveler, but their traveler's already loose enough. Leech of the jib's right at the spreader. Windward sheet looks great. The wind is built a little, so they're able to windward sheet a little harder and close off the slot a little more. Cool. But yeah, their boom seems off center line. I'm gonna have to compare that to other people. Just getting ready for race 1. I just threw in a current stick. The current is supposed to be going right to left here, or flooding. But I think we're going to see that it's actually switching already before 1 o'clock. It's already switching. I'll check. I don't think this is going to affect much. Yeah, see, it's barely moved in the last 40 seconds. So, but it is starting to switch now. Only thing that'll make the starting easier. If it was really strong, then it would be easy to hit the windward mark and easy to hit the pin end of the starting line. But this is so weak, current's not going to make any. Less than a minute to go. And in the Perry series, historically, we have a lot of general recalls to start. These kids do tons of starting practice. They get a lot of critique from their coaches about getting bad starts, so they push the line. So very likely we get a general recall here. All clear. Yes, so after general recalls, you want to suspect that the committee boat end is either going to get dropped back or the pin end's going to go forward. They don't need to move the pin end. They could just turn on the engine on the race committee boat, back the boat down. Gotta suspect that they're going to move the pin up now. Flags through there. You put the P flag up again for some reason. You gotta have experience in the Perry series, man. You gotta go I flag. I can't do better video than this because I got a boat right to my left. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's just. He must have. Oh no. He just put an X flag up. Look at that. Wow. Oh, amazing. 441 through there. You see the overbend wrinkles. She's trimming tighter now, which she has to trim tight because she's in a tight lane. But she's trimming tighter now than she was before the race. There, now she's eased out a little. Ah, I think that's a great idea. So that's Vesper in August. They did the Ida Lewis this summer and had a couple top 5 finishes in light air. Race 1 of about 30 for this next 6 months. 4 regattas. And they're letting it go. There's 9006 is Fenton. He won the Naples Sabbath Nationals this year. Nice, seeing Steven, and double tack is fine, dude. 420's tack good. So if you got really good tacks, tacking twice is not a huge problem. Tacking, going a little ways and tacking again if you're really good at them. Oh, look at that, 9882. That is who? That's Wyatt. Okay, we'll see which side pays. Okay, the right paid huge. I was wrong. The problem is that by the time the race started, the wind was already around a 250, 255. So the wind had changed directions a lot. Holy smoke screens. Okay, well, a lot of people listen to me and they are struggling here in from the left. Okay, 6 boats have got around, 55 boat fleet. And Wyatt's gonna come around here in 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12-ish. Here is Zach coming in, 9983. He's going to be a little behind that. So yeah, I would be in the 20s because of the fact that I would have been pushing out to the left. But I did not. Okay, here comes Sean in about 14, 15. Sean and Vanessa right here with right there. There's Zach there doing pretty well. Here comes Vesper in August, 2441. Well, these guys are good. They went right upwind and they went inside downwind and it worked both times. So they went to the same side that paid upwind. So I wasn't a great coach today. I don't think I helped my guys very much, but tried not to give them too much information, but this looks like the wind shifted left, and that's why these guys gained. It went a little bit left, and that's why they gained. They're just coming in here on a really good angle. Little skipper on that boat. First, second, third. There's a couple boats at the other end. Wyatt just came around here. 9982 and just did a killer job. Got inside of 8638. So he's gone from 12th or 13th up to probably 6th or 7th. And he probably learned his lesson there. A lot of bad air here, so you've got to sail a little heel to leeward like this. He's trying his best to survive right there. Yeah. He wants to hang as long as he can. Having to tack up underneath that mess is not pretty. Oh, he's gonna go for it anyway. See how he coasted onto the other tack and then rolled? Yeah, he knows he doesn't want to go very far. And then he barely heels to windward. He's decided to stay. Just pinch around. Oh, so heel to windward a little, let the boat coast, coast, coast. The crew hits the rail right after the skipper. So the skipper rolls and then the crew rolls a half a second later. And they come out of there and now they got a lane. 9881 is Sean. So Sean's done well. I think the left gate was further upwind. Sean and Vanessa, 9881 doing well. Very light race. I'm gonna say it was 4 to 6 knots, 4 to 5 knots. This might be the biggest puff of the day right here. Our boys 9006 have passed probably 10 boats. 9307. They just absolutely hammered the right side on the second beat. And all these boats in the middle look slow. And they look like they are ramped up, going fast. The only problem with this is they're going to get some bad air from people tacking on them. But yeah, I think they gained a lot. It's good to be light. Always remember, when you're light, you've just got to get a little bigger lanes, sail the lifts, and you should be faster than people. These boats have everything the same. So there's no reason why when you're, 225 pounds, you should be beating the 290 pounders, 270 pounders. You got 50 pounds less weight. Anytime, what you do when you're light is you look for the good teams and you try to get lanes, and if you're ever next to the really good teams, just speed test with them, because you should be able to hang with some of the good teams just because you're 50 pounds lighter. Anyway. One coming to the finish line, and they're not doing anything special. You have to remember that downwind is supposed to feel kind of less fun, because it's a balance between pressure in the sheet and not having pressure in the sheet. You cannot sail with tons of pressure in the sheet and make the boat go super fast. You have to find a balance. You're killing the apparent wind by going downwind. So if it feels really good in this wind, then you're probably reaching too high. And the leeches of these boats probably bouncing just a little bit, but not bang off. Boom bank's probably just the slack out of it, so it stops the boom from rising, and the thing, it just bounces a little. So you're probably gonna see just a little heel to leeward, and then perfectly flat. And watch how solid the spinnakers are. Let's see who's got the most solid spinnaker. I think the best spinnaker trim looks maybe this boat. This guy's pole, the guy winning has his pole pretty high, and the spinnaker's like rocked to leeward a little. I would say that's too high. Clue's level is what you want, so the leech isn't hooked. His leech is like hooked into his main. This is the biggest puff of the day. This is about 6 knots. That's why it was, no, that's not why. This is one of our teams right here, 9881. I think that's Sean and Vanessa. So Sean and Vanessa are in 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9-ish. Red, white, and blue kite right there. That kite looks really good. Okay. You can't see the crew, but she's got her hand hung out to the side holding the guy. Going very fast compared to the white kite. Beauty. That looks perfect. Clue's pretty much level. You don't want the tack of the spinnaker way higher than the clue. Otherwise you get hooked on the leech and then it makes the mainsail luff. Yeah, here we go. Sean and Vanessa, good job. Somewhere around 9th. Wyatt's out there somewhere around 11th. Zach Peterson, red, white, and blue kite right there in the middle. Over there, he's doing good. So the lesson we learned in race 1 was doing our head to wind checks. The wind was going more right than I realized from the coach boat. And I probably would have still been a left boat and I would have got smoked. But yeah, as the wind was marching right from 195 to 205 to 225 to 245 to 260, we probably should have been, that made the committee boat end favored. And so the boats on the right started, went a little ways tacked, and that worked. So let's see which end is favored for the next start, but I think you're gonna see a beeline for the right. In August coming in here, beating a lot of boats, probably 17 out of 55. She's doing a good job on the main. Now you can't see the leeward side of the kite, but you do sit forward and look at the leeward side of the kite around the jib a little. And that looks pretty solid. If it's vibrating a lot or getting a lot of creases in it, you've got to be making sure the sheet is eased, and the skipper's got to be steering very carefully. If they go too low, you'll lose the leeward side of the spinnaker, and you'll know that because the clew will start to hang down, and you'll see some vibration in the leeward side. They're getting it a little. That's tight there. There we go. Okay, both these kites look good. Zach and Samantha had a rough second upwind leg. They were much closer to Sean than they are now, so I'm not sure what happened there. Right now his vang looks a little bit too tight. Ooh, her spinnaker, she needs the guide back. See how the hook the spinnaker is on the, yep, way hooked. She needs to pull the guide back and get, yep, there it goes. Don't ease the pull too, you gotta have the pull back a little more than this. Yeah, definitely pull too far forward. See how the leech is hooking? Maggie here, red, white, and blue kite. That looks outstanding. Look how even the leeches look. The jib could go out. That looks pretty darn good. You can't heel the leeward too much, otherwise the spinnaker rocks behind the mainsail. So that's max heel right there. You notice the leaders weren't heeling more. Oh, good job, Meg. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 for Sean and Vanessa. Oh, maybe 10. Is that Cam Snore? 3501. Oh, yeah, it is them. 3501's Cam Snore. Just had an 8. Sean had a 9. Cool. We got 10 knots already, maybe 11. Pegasus. Oh, Pendragon, I mean. There have been many versions of Pendragon in Southern California. San Diego. I think they bounced between San Diego and LA. Hey. I didn't think this was gonna come up like this, so I've been really not on my game. But look at these girls, you can see how much bang. This is the reason why I'm saying yay is they got a fraction of breeze. And look how much bang they got on. They might have got their pins down. Look at that. Yeah, August low. Yeah, I love it. Love it, love it, love it. Watch your head, ladies. Yeah, they could crack the bang off for the start just a little, getting ready for race 2. She got the main halyard up. Now what you do is as you approach the line, there's a point where the skipper feels confident that they're going to get a good start, and they will pull the bang on until there's a lift over bend or a lift, kind of a good one. Yeah, but if you feel really good, go ahead and put the bang at your upwind setting. Good. Main halyard up is really good. Yeah, they might get the start off. I don't know. It's got to be boat end. You got to be up the line, I think. So what happened is I thought the wind was at like 235, and then when it's left like that, the left is okay. But the wind was not at 235 on the compass, it was at 265. And so that immediately should have been a cue that it had been marching that way. It even looked windier over there. So there we go. Is that beautiful? Best sailors in California right here. About 20 sailors in this fleet will be going to college in the next 2 years, at least 20, and will be going to some major college, major school. There's about 10 teams, in this fleet that are nationally in the top 25, top 30 in this country. And we're talking 150 boat regattas, top 30, 160 boat regattas. Okay, you see a lot more boats getting going right this time. And who knows what's going to happen. Race 2. We're finally getting to practice in a little more wind. We never get it. This pristine flat water breeze. Yeah. We did talk about the wind maybe seeing 13 at one point. We haven't gotten there. But yeah, it's beautiful. Again, looks like the right is going to come in here leading. And I think our kids had a little better starts. I think we're going to see a little better placings here. Race 2. And now it's pretty much full, absolutely as flat as you can be. And the skipper's just playing the main sheet as little as they have to. If they need to ease 4 inches, they don't ease 6. If they need to ease 2 inches, they don't ease 4. They'll ease 2. Because the beach opens. It doesn't look like they have a ton of bang on. They've just got their bang on a little bit, so the boom's going in and out. It's not up and down at all. Some of these teams have been really practicing in breeze. They are very stable on the mast. Stay riding into a jibe. That looks like Zach tacking into the front. I believe that maybe Zach is to be up there in 2, 4, 6, 7. Race 2, first run. This looks like Zach. Oh no, that's Wyatt there with the red, white, and blue kite, and he has moved up. He has had a great run. So he's gone from about, I think, 9th into probably 3rd or 4th. Zach is out there sailing a little low with his bang on. Well, maybe not. His bang's pumping a little. The red, white, and blue kite there. Wyatt, look at that. Yeah, Wyatt's going around the left gate in 2nd. Okay. Who else was doing good here? Okay, so the leader, we talked about how to read the gates. Let's look at his angle coming out of here. Look at the gates as a starting line. And I think the gates are almost square. No, that one's further upwind. That one's further upwind for sure. Oh, he's got a knot in his halyard. Here is Wyatt gonna have a guy in front of him and inside of him. Oh no, he broke the overlap. Nice, so he's gonna round 4th. The leader is just, oh, 2nd just hit the buoy. He better do penalties. That helped Wyatt a lot, 9982. Vesper gained a lot. Wow, Vesper 2441 gained a lot. August just got back from the 29er Worlds on Super 4 on the crew in Portugal. So this is like not a problem for her. We got Sean coming here. Didn't have room. What a move, dude. What a good job, Sean. That was really good. That was classic seeing Vanessa just sticking her arm into the... Yeah, Benton come around here good. 9006, look at that. They're the lightest team out here. Well, maybe not. They're light though. They're probably 235 together, 230, 25. Anyway, race 2, we're loving this. Vesper in August just killing it right down there, right there. Just flat, twisted mane, just holding a lane, just look over her shoulder, find another lane. Yep, here she goes. Celeste and Madeline doing well. They're beating a lot of boats. So what is this, a sophomore in high school and an 8th grader? She's got to pull the jib harder. What were the 2 notes from Madeline? I can't remember any other one. But number 1 is on these breezier tacks, pull the jib in as hard as you can and jump out on the trap. The leech blows out on these so much. Doing well. Surprised there's no kiteboarders going yet. I think I see some windsurfers or something setting up over there. But it's plenty windy. I think this is Wyatt coming around in 2nd. Yeah, possibly Zach coming around in 6th. Okay, 1, 2, yep, 2nd is Wyatt, 3rd, 4th, 5th. I think 6th is Zach. Let's see if this is a red, white, and blue kite. No, that's a black kite, so that's, I don't know who that is. Anyway, beautiful day. Beautiful day. So now, thing to remember from race 2 is the pole goes up a lot. You want that pole flying very high, very fast. If the clue, like this black kite, if the clue is rising up above the tap, it opens the leech of the spinnaker and spills wind. You can see that happening now. You can see that the leeward side of this kite is more open than the windward. So pull even higher. Yeah, see how high the poles are? They're kind of flying up there by themselves. Yeah, that looks pretty good, but you can see the leech is little open. Higher pole closes off this leech. Here's Zach and Samantha right here. This is great. They are in 2, 4, 6, 7, 8. Nice. Oh, come on, square the pole, girl. I need to get to her. She needs to stay with the pole squared back a little more. I think she's letting the guy forward, and the spinnaker's getting bad air off the main. In August here in the top 17 or 18, something. They were really happy with themselves in race 1. They passed a lot of boats and went fast. And they are coming trucking in here. Yeah. Yeah, look at that jib. Soaking way down. Oh God, look at her. Someone's gotten to these girls. Heel the lure to fraction, let the boat go up. The jib fills, and then you know you're more broad reaching. And then the boat heels windward, and you let it roll down, and the jib gets soft, and you go way low. I think they're having fun. Look at how the pole's further back. Spinnaker's solid. Okay, Borelli's right here, right behind them. This looks good. Everybody could be squaring their poles just a fraction more. That's a solid spinnaker though. And Steven, doing pretty well. Looking really good right now. Jib full the whole time. See how he doesn't soak down in the puffs? He just keeps it on rails pretty much. Great looking kite. Jeez, the trim is perfect. coming to the end of race 2. Leaders coming to the finish line. The thing I learned about race 2 is they're playing the main sheet kind of aggressively, very small adjustments, but they are trying to keep the boat as flat as possible, just using the main sheet. Yeah, and it, yeah, see, burp, burp, as soon as it heels burp, burp, pull it back in. Yeah, so bang is snug, not smoked. Here comes Wyatt. Yeah, he's playing the main more than the other boat. He's very quick to ease and pull. Oh God, I lost it. Okay, great job. Here comes Zach and Samantha. Zach is very strong. He's really playing the main a lot. She's a little small. No, she's not any smaller than Wyatt's crew. Good race. Especially good because we've been sailing FJs for high school practice. These guys haven't been sailing 420s, and a lot of these teams have been sailing 420s a lot. So, great job. Oh, here comes Cam and Will again. My God, these guys are on fire. And 8, 2, 4, 6, 8. They got an 8-9. That's incredible. That is great news. Cam won Sept Nationals 2 years ago, got 3rd at Sept Nationals this year. The crew there, Will, just got back from the 29er Worlds that he skippered in at age 13 in Portugal. Yeah, we mix it up, man. We mix it up. I'm not going to be able to film much more because my battery, I got an old phone. I've learned a lot already. I've learned all I need to know in breeze. I'm really proud of the kids for getting their pins down. Most of the teams did, especially the smaller teams. And I'm really happy. I saw some kids doing quite well, and even other teams on middle schools. Remember, that sound signal took a while to get to us. I think that was meant to Wallace right at the moment. I think it was 9008 that we couldn't get. Well, see, this is, I've learned everything I need to know. You see how you've got to be able to get the boat ripping? And you just got to practice this breeze over and over and over again. And I don't see a lot of good teams down here. I think everybody's off to start at the line here. But I can't film much more. Oh yeah, I just got close. My battery's getting low already, and it's not even barely 3 o'clock. So anyway, I got plenty of video for day 1, and we'll have a good debrief. This is Wyatt here, winning race 4. And I think the Borellis are right here in 3rd. And here's Sean and Vanessa in 2nd. 9981, 9983. So the Borellis are having their best race. I think they were trying to go with more windward sheet. Or maybe that's Zach. Yeah, oh, that's Zach again. So Zach's having another good race. Okay, I thought that was Borellis. Oh, that's the Borellis over there. Yeah, so they're having their best race. Wyatt, Zach, and Samantha, Sean and Vanessa, all in the top 5 of the last race on Saturday. Beautiful day.